certain people in power can now decide that this and that person will be silenced. They will be made invisible. Hi there. Are you ready to become invisible? Yeah, that's right. We will be the invisible people, those who will not be seen or heard. Those who should not be seen, should not be heard. The silenced ones. So what do I mean by that? I will try to explain in this video. But before I do that, welcome to my local woodlands. It's a beautiful October morning here in Norway. I'm just out for a walk. Stopped briefly now to have a campfire, but the firewood that I found here was, I think it's wet, but we'll see how that goes. There are two aspects to becoming invisible, or should I say there are two ways to look at this. Some people, like myself, will or are already doing what they can to be invisible at times. When I want to be, invisible, I will be invisible. What do I mean by that? Well, for instance, I don't have a smartphone because I value my privacy. I don't want to be tracked. That's important to me. And you might feel different about that, but for me, I think it's essential for my quality of life. I did not bring a smartphone out here. I've been without a smartphone for, I think it's a year now. Actually, I didn't bring a mobile phone at all out here today. So choosing to be invisible will give you freedom. I can tell you that. It gives you not only factual freedom, it will also give you a very profound feeling of freedom and connection with the real world. This is the real world out here in nature. There's another aspect to this, as I said, and that's the involuntary becoming invisible when you don't want to. Now, I'm a YouTuber. I'm here on YouTube. And I know very well what, for instance, something like shadow banning is. I know well what censorship is. There are certain topics we are not supposed to talk about on social media. Some people are being silenced as we speak. Some people will be silenced in the near future, and that's the direction we are moving. I'm really sorry about the campfire. I have to sort it out. I'm sorry. I'm in an area with there are lots of people. Later in the day there will be lots of people walking here and stopping by to have some coffee over the campfire and so on. That means that there are almost no dry wood on the spruce trees here anymore. And I was lazy and I didn't bring any fire. And I didn't bother to walk further into the woods today. So yeah, some people will be made invisible. And they will, I think, in the near future, they will be sort of kicked out of the digital society. In the prepping community, there's a concept called the grey man. And I guess there are elements of this in choosing to become invisible. But what worries me is, of course, that certain people in power can now decide that this and that person will be silenced. They will be made invisible. It shouldn't be difficult to understand why certain people in power have this need to censor those with opposing views. It is simply because these people in power, they are lying. And the thing about lies is that they are weaker than the truth. That's why they have to censor you. That's why they do not accept any discussion at all when it comes to certain topics that have been in the news a lot during the last 1.5, almost 2 years. That's why you're not supposed to talk about that. That's why you're not supposed to do anything but just nodding and doing what you're told. And if you don't do that, they will try to silence you. During the last 2 years, I would say, we have been ramping up the speed towards a digital society where you will be monitored, surveilled at 24/7, and your privacy is gone. If you subscribe to that way of living and that way of organizing society, you do not have privacy. And without privacy, you do not have freedom. So the takeaway from this video, I guess, is that I was rubbish at making a campfire today. But also, take back your privacy, because it's the key to becoming a free individual. Take back your privacy. Out here is where you find the real world. Out here is freedom. And there really isn't much more to say about that. I suggest that you get outside, go out in nature and talk to the trees and listen to the wind. Just sit still for a while without any digital devices. Yeah, I know I'm talking to a camera. Some people will actually write in the comments, well, you're filming, so obviously you have a smartphone, you're filming with your smartphone. And it's like, no. I have a camera and it's never been connected to the internet or Wi-Fi or anything like that. So yeah. But you know what? I'm going to sort out my campfire because it was rubbish today. It's all wet. And take back your freedom. To do that, you must first take back your privacy. Okay. I don't know if this made any sense to you. I hope it did. I hope it did. If it did, consider subscribing to this channel and like the video if you liked it. Okay, that's all for now. Have a nice day. Stay strong, and we'll talk in the next video. Okay, bye.